Hey fellow gamers, Chatty Sisa here. Imagine a sci-fi RPG that combines Mass Effect squad mechanics, Baldur's Gate 3 party dynamics, Persona 5 style character depth, and the customization and challenge of a Souls-like, all set in the universe of the Expanse. That's exactly what Owlcat Games is aiming for with their newest title, The Expanse Osiris Reborn. It's ambitious, it's story-driven, and it's built on a foundation of hard sci-fi, with branching choices, moral grey areas, and a cast of companions that could rival some of the biggest RPGs out there. So let's take a closer look at everything we know so far. Confirmed features, inspirations, how it fits into the show's timeline, and what's got me and the fans genuinely excited. Osiris Reborn is set during a critical moment in the Expanse timeline, between Book 1 and 2, which means roughly between Seasons 1-2 and the first half of 3 in the TV series. This places it right around the Eros Station incident, which I'll explain a bit more in detail in one of my next vids. But instead of playing as one of the already familiar characters, you will experience the story through your own original protagonist, whom you'll create. Your character can either be an Earther, a Martian, or a Belter, and your chosen origin will actually impact how people treat you in the world. NPC dialogues, faction interactions, even your own companions may respond differently based on who you are and where you're from. If you're unsure what each of those factions stands for, or why they distrust one another so much, check out my separate video where I break down the Earthers, Martians, and Belters. I'm linking it at the end of this vid. You'll also have a twin sibling, a second character you will create during the character creation and who'll be the same gender as your main protagonist, so we'll have either two male siblings or two female ones. Your twin will have his or her own personality, own arc, and play an active role in both the story and gameplay. Naturally, your brother or sister will be your most loyal companion. The devs have also confirmed that your allegiances can shift throughout the game. Your choices matter, not just in how people treat you, but potentially in what side of the conflict you end up on. This is a hard sci-fi RPG with grounded realism in both physics and world building. That includes zero-gravity traversal, realistic ship interiors, and believable tech grounded in the Expanse's tone. According to an interview with creative director Alexander Michelin, the development began already in 2021, and partway through, Owlcat switched engines from Unity to Unreal Engine 5 to better support visuals and systems. Let's talk about gameplay. Combat in Osiris Reborn went through 6 different internal prototypes before the team settled on a system that fits the world of the Expanse. While we haven't seen full gameplay footage yet, the devs confirmed that the final design blends tactical positioning, cover-based combat, and special abilities. It's third person, but not turn-based, as the players are used to from Owlcat, and it's meant to feel tight and reactive, even in low gravity. One of the standout features is how much control, or unpredictability, your companions will bring. You'll be able to take 2 into missions, but they're not just backup firepower. Owlcat says companion AI will be highly independent. They may even go off on separate missions while you're handling your own objectives. That makes the crew feel more like actual people and not just NPCs with additional dialogue trees. The game also features romance options and morally complex choices, including the possibility of double-crossing a faction or even playing a double agent depending on how you build your character and where your loyalties lie. Customization goes beyond dialogue and decisions. You'll be able to tinker with your weapons and abilities as well. That includes passive perks, combat upgrades, and build paths that let you tailor your character's playstyle, whether you're leaning into stealth, hacking, or brute force. And while you do have your own ship and a loyal crew, there won't be any space combat. The ship serves more as your base of operations, where you prepare for missions, talk to companions, and manage your upgrades. Similar to what we've experienced on Mass Effect's Normandy. It's also worth noting that Osiris Reborn is expected to be smaller in scale than Rogue Trader. Owlcat has said this is a more focused, character-driven experience, not a massive galaxy map with 100 quest markers. Even without seeing the full gameplay, it's obvious what kind of experience Owlcat is aiming for. The Mass Effect influence is most prevalent, both in terms of squad-based third-person combat and the branching narrative structure, where your choices affect relationships, factions, and even the flow of the story. But it's not the only inspiration. The devs have also mentioned Baldur's Gate 3 as a model for how deep companion interactions and party dynamics should feel. It's clear that character development and dialogue choices are a big deal. There's also a bit of Persona 5 influence here, especially in how the game focuses on individual character arcs and how those arcs evolve alongside the main story. Your companions aren't just there to fill gameplay roles, they're meant to grow, argue, and react to your decisions in meaningful ways. When it comes to customization and combat builds, the game draws from Souls-like philosophy, not in difficulty, but in flexibility. You'll be able to experiment with different loadouts, tweak your weapons and abilities, and build your character for stealth, tech, support, or combat, depending on how you want to play. And so far, community response has been cautiously optimistic. On Reddit and in the Owlcat Discord server, fans are excited about the idea, but also hoping the studio keeps the writing strong, avoids launch bloat, and doesn't water down the RPG systems just to chase a trend. As much as we've learned already quite a few details, there's still plenty we don't know yet about Osiris Reborn, and those unknowns are worth paying attention to as well. We haven't seen actual gameplay footage yet. There are no combat demos or live walkthroughs, just developer information and cinematic glimpses from the release trailer. Until we see how everything plays out in reality, it's hard to judge how smooth the mechanics really feel or how much freedom players actually get in missions. There's also no release window yet. The game is still deep in development, and considering the scope, we're probably looking at 2026 at the earliest. Owlcat has also confirmed that some actors from the TV series are returning, but they haven't revealed yet who specifically. And yes, I'm crossing every finger for a short Miller comeback here. For me, Osiris Reborn looks like one of the most promising sci-fi RPGs on the horizon. It's grounded in hard sci-fi, respects the source material, and Owlcat seems to know exactly what kind of story they want to tell. They've got a strong track record with Pathfinder and Rogue Trader, and this time they're working on a more focused project, without trying to cover an entire galaxy. That feels like a smart move. There's also one more detail that caught my eye. They've hired former developers from CD Projekt Red, the studio behind The Witcher and Cyberpunk, bringing experienced people from major RPG titles to the team. If those devs are working on quest design or narrative systems, that could be a huge boost. The blend of inspirations, Mass Effect, Baldur's Gate 3, Persona, Souls-like systems, sets the expectations quite high. If Osiris Reborn lands well, we could be looking at a standout RPG with meaningful party interactions, tough moral choices, and a compelling story grounded in the best parts of the Expanse. At this point in time, I'm genuinely excited, and you can bet I'll be keeping an eye on this one until the release. But what about you? Are you following Osiris Reborn? And do you think Owlcat can pull this off, or will the comparisons be too much to live up to? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this vid, please hit that like button below, share or subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, stay tuned and game on!